Let me talk about my journey of the MIS spine surgery. This is a pioneer. As you know, the Niranand published this lateral interbody fusion and PPS for deformity in 2008. I started this procedure in 2012 with a mini open technique with a PPS. This initial case of that. This effectively reduced bleeding, 200 cc's. Also, the lateral position surgery is really effective for deformity as well. Kyphosis and kyphoscoliosis, we can perform the simultaneous anti-release and posterior correction in a single lateral position. This is a drop head syndrome due to the multiple thoracic collapse. So we can do the corpectomy in the lateral position and simultaneously collect in the lateral position and effectively reduce the deformity. And also we can do the anterior osteotomy in the lateral position for rigid kyphosis and kyphoscoliosis. This is a case fused anteriorly at the L1 area. So we can osteotomy, it's really similar to the traditional anterior osteotomy to the contralateral side. We can do that in a minimally invasive ORIF approach and effectively collect it. And further minimize the MIS deformity correction, I introduced the ORIF 5-1 procedure in 2015. ORIF 5-1 is, as you know, the lateral positioning mediative by Hines. And now it's over 260 cases. I started from shoulder cirrhosis, infection, and the deformity. As you know, the fusion rate is very high, and also we can create a much lordosis at the lumbosacral area. Our previous studies in degenerative disorders demonstrated over 97% of the fusion rate and segmental lordosis creation is very high. So the introduction of ORIF 5-1 aimed to reduce the mechanical complication at L5S1, as well as enhancing a fusion rate at L5S1, and obtain larger lumbosacral lordotic angle, lower LL, and achieve true circumferential MIS with all percutaneous screw corrections. So we can see that after using ORIF 5-1, big lumbosacral lordosis was created effectively. So posterior procedure is so easy using OPPS. So this publication demonstrated the comparison of the ORIF 5-1 versus 5-1 TLIF. So 133 patients, 5-1 TLIF include 86, and the ORIF 5-1 includes 47 patients compared, and the results indicated that the operation time is less in ORIF 5-1, and the estimated blood loss is dramatically down to the 350. And mismatch is less significantly, and lower up to 35 degrees in average. And the segmental lordosis is over 20 degrees, and coronal deformity is also effectively collected using ORIF 5-1 procedure. PJK dramatically decreased, but we still have a minor instrumentation failures. It's really minor, but the fusion rate is almost finally 100% in both groups. So 5-1 ALIF versus TLIF was demonstrated well. Lenke group demonstrated segmental lordosis is really high and less EBL, and the shoulder lordosis is really less. A lot fracture decreased. There are very few publications about ORIF 5-1 versus TLIF. Park demonstrated lower EBL, better lower LL and lower LL. And Tanaka demonstrated minimally invasiveness, but no difference in parameter. This is the largest series of the OD51 and less invasiveness, and also we demonstrated the significant superiority of sagittal and coronal plane for decollection. So this is a case. Bleeding was 200 cc, effectively collected. This is a hemodialysis long term, 80 years old. So we used to do not do this kind of case, but we successfully operated with 150 cc bleeding. So the complication is really less. I demonstrated in, before in my series, vascular injury less, lateral ejaculation no. But we have to be very careful for lateral grade ejaculation, vascular anatomy, anomaly, or really like that. So in summary, recent advancement in various minimally invasive techniques have led to reduced complications and improved correction in ASC surgery. However, decreased spinal flexibility resulting from long spinal fusion continue to cause impairments in activities of ADL. This remains a critical issue that must be addressed in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.